Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part two of my interview with Dato Sri Vijay Eswaran. We're going to dive into a few more questions here, so please keep on watching. During the previous session, you said that good managers are micromanagers.
Yes. Well, that's how they start, yes.
How does this scale as the manager is climbing the corporate ladder? When they get to a certain level, for example, a chief level, if they're still micromanaging their team, is that really a good thing?
Let me paraphrase what Richard Branson said at one point. He said, everything that you learn, everything that you pick up along the way to become a millionaire, you have to virtually eradicate and erase to become a billionaire. It becomes baggage. It's of no particular use to move from millionaire to billionaire. Because a millionaire needs to manage his funds, needs to manage his company, needs to manage everything at a micro level. Mm-hmm. That's how you become a millionaire. But a billionaire cannot do that. A billionaire needs to manage other millionaires. Billionaire needs to make other millionaires, and he needs to manage them, which is a total different, approach and philosophy. The strategy is so fundamentally different. You cannot get into however. You see, when you have 10 managers under you who are good, because you are now a CEO or a chief, then you have 5 or 10 managers under you. And each of them have their own style and their own approach. Now, if you were a micromanager, you want every one of them to be a mini you. Having a mini you 10 times over does not mean that the company benefits or you benefit. You get my point? You want them all to be the best they can be in their own way, in their own style. Why would you interfere?
How would you effectively exchange constructive criticism with our managers and or our team members without either parties coming off as arrogant or condescending? Can you share any tips on that front?
Well, the word is constructive. All right. That's fundamentally, that's the key word right there, constructive. So if the criticism is constructive, it will also come with a solution.
Okay.
All right. On the other hand, you have destructive as well. Simply criticism, who are there to poke holes in every theory because they don't know anything better. Now, I wouldn't say they're useless, but I would not be paying the same attention to them as I would to someone who's coming to me with constructive criticism. In fact, the term for constructive criticism, to put it accurately, is to critique.
Right.
So when you critique, you are looking at both sides of the coin, the positive and the negative. And ultimately, I'm looking, for people who give me solutions, or at least give me the path to a better solution.
Very well. Thank you for that. I have another question to ask. This one's an interesting one. Would you rather promote an experienced and competent manager who actually has toxic traits, or promote someone with great emotional intelligence but with a lot less job experience?
I've never met both these individuals you're talking about.
Okay.
All right, because in all my years of working with subordinates and people in my team, all right, no team member has come to me with this total of one side or the other. It is always a combination. Everyone has some kind of toxic trait. See, there are managers who are loved by certain employees, and there are other employees in the same team, in the same group, who find them toxic. Strange as it may seem. Now, obviously, this manager is displaying different traits to different people. And it is wholly possible because the human personality is such that, you like others and you don't like others. So favoritism, all of this comes into play. It is invariable. So I've always found that there are variations of gray. Nobody's black and white. Everyone that I've had to placed into positions come to me with different shades of gray. So I have to accept their so-called, partial toxic traits alongside with their great managerial skills sometimes. And this is where they all fall in between. So it's a matter of the ratio. Mm-hmm. And at some point, you see, because of the fact that I have balanced both sides in selecting them, I also have to keep my thumb and to watch them. Because the point is for them to slowly drop the toxic traits. And that will take a little while. And that takes, a little bit of effort. And that's what all this nagging is about.
Right. That's all for part 2. We'll be continuing our conversation with Dato Sri in part 3. Stay tuned.